Welcome to this DALL-E-3 tutorial. If you want to make graphic design, advertising, logo, video game concept art, educational content, or even website design, and how you can now use the new edit image feature, you're on the right video. I've been using DALL-E-3 for over a year now, and there are some pitfalls and limitations that you should avoid, as well as my favorite prompting technique to create better images faster. And by the end of this video, I'll also show you how to get access to DALL-E-3 for free. So let's begin by going to step number 1. As you can see, I'm now on chat.openai.com because this is where you get access. If you don't have a ChatGPT account, all you need to do is click on sign up. Now that you're on the inside, you just have to scroll down to the bottom, click on your name, and then select my plan. As you can see, you need to upgrade to the plus plan, which is $20 per month to get access to additional tools like DALL-E-3. But there is a way to access it for free that I'll show you at the end of this video. Therefore, stick with me to learn the prompts so even your free images will be better. Now let's get started. To make it as easy as possible, if you just want to get started, you just prompt it, make an image of a giraffe. You don't need to spell because ChatGPT will spell for you, but with a short neck. And as you can see, ChatGPT will now start creating your image. And there you have it. I'm not sure if it tried to make a shorter neck, or is that a butt? Obviously, prompting technique that isn't as beneficial as the prompting technique that I'll show you now. This works for any content that you want to create. I have this master prompt that I usually use every single time. Luckily, it's very customizable and it's very easy to do. My favorite prompting technique, which is object plus background. What that means is you have an object in the center, and this could be anything. I like Norwegian girls. And then you put a setting where she is. For example, sitting in a sofa, drinking coffee. And as you can see, it's very similar to what we would imagine because of this prompting technique. Now, let me show you how this applies to graphic design, advertising, making logos, even education and UI, UX design. A secret trick is to actually go to the forget Midjourney is $10 a month. Forget DALL-E-3, it's $20 per month. Look, I'm gonna go to CGDream.ai. This is really impressive for being a free AI image generator. One of my favorite generations that I found, which is this animal. You can see the way that they make this is to have multiple different filters, like first, abstract 3D fractals, military armor, animals, mammals. So if I just want more fractals, I can bump it up. Animal life, put that down. More military armor, yes, thank you. And now I can take the exact same prompt and generate the same. And this is the result. The customization we can do here is just unreal. Just making up new animals. Here is another variation. Wow. Here's another variation. It really feels different than all the other AI image generators. Let's try an easier prompt. I keep getting blown away. How it works is that they generate an image and then they put all these LoRa-based filters on top of it to improve the quality and style. They have hundreds of different filters to give you ultimate control. Let's try psychedelic surrealism, human anatomy, and RPG fire elemental. Oh my God. This caption is my AI girlfriend once a month. Yep. We can even increase the image resolution. Boom. And here is the upscaled version. Here's before, here's after, here's before, here's after. Also, they have a massive library of 3D models, and you can use this exact same method, like this beautiful sports car, write a prompt, add some filters, and generate. Wow. We just did 3D to image. So go to CGDream.ai for free. Thanks to CGDream for sponsoring this section of the video. A secret trick is to actually go to the custom GPT DALL-E so you can do it a little bit faster. As you can see in the bottom right, you have this aspect ratio, which could be a great help if you need widescreen, square, or vertical. And what it actually does, it just adds this to the end of a prompt. Now, say you're a graphic design artist. I'll use the same format where I'll say light bulb surrounded by geometric shapes. And this is the first time I'll use the aspect ratio because I love the widescreen aspect ratio. Send the message. And as you can see, this is our first result. Another great benefit of using this custom GPT is that you actually do get 2 results compared to only 1. Now, this is not exactly what I was looking for, so I'm gonna refine the prompt at the end. The background is where I don't really like it. So my favorite thing, instead of actually writing new prompt in the bottom here, I'll actually just go to the top, I'll click on this icon here that makes us edit, and then I'll edit the background and write in wild colors. A quick tip is that many times I actually redo the exact same by clicking this icon and then just clicking space after it and then save and submit to just do the same prompt again. But as you can see, we kind of got almost exactly what I wanted, which is amazing for anybody doing graphic design. But what if you do advertising or marketing? What product do you want to sell? Well, let's say that we are a jewelry store. We'll use a prompt like this. Make an advertisement diamond ring and then background resting on a fluffy, elegant pillow with gold accent. Again, I'll try aspect ratio vertical this time if you were to use it on Instagram. As you can see, this is the result we got, and if you ever watched any ads for jewelry stores, I have to say that this is pretty good. But what if you want to create logo design? I made a full video diving deep into logo designs for Midjourney that you can watch on my YouTube channel. But to simplify it, logos have many different styles. The master prompt is make a logo design of object plus background in the style of, and this is the most important part, you can add any of these words after. These are the logo design styles, so you could do 3D, you could do iOS app, abstract logos are really awesome. So add any of these words after to get a completely different result. We'll try iOS app and the object background is habit tracker on a desk. This time, let's click on the square aspect ratio and send. As you can see, it created kind of a minimalistic type logo. So I would actually go back here and then style of 3D iOS app. All right, I think it actually took my on a desk too seriously, but as you can see, completely different style. But how would you use DALL-E-3 if you do film or animation? We'll prompt make an animated character of a young girl and boy chasing after a butterfly in a field of flowers. But here is one of the limitations. If you, for example, say in the style of Disney, Pixar, or any copyrighted material, it will actually say, I'm sorry, I can't generate that. And that's one of the big limitations of ChatGPT, which I think is completely fair. So I'm actually not going to say in a style of here. You can also see here in the bottom that they have a bunch of styles that you could use when you're using this DALL-E-3 Custom GPT that can help you get the style that you want. Here is synthwave, pointillism, close-up, silk screen. Now here are the 2 illustrations capturing the young boy and girl. This is absolutely beautiful. And you can see how our prompting technique helps a lot with it. But what about video game? Can we use it for concept art? Let's try to make some video game concept art of a big castle on top of a small mountain in a valley full of chaos as a drone shot. You could also say bird's eye perspective. This helps a lot. Here you can see the 2 iterations that we've done and they both look good, but I would love to zoom in a little bit closer. So actually what we can do, if you haven't tried already, we can prompt it zoom in closer and it will then have the context to know what was going on in the previous prompt and iterate your result. Now, I do warn about this technique. My favorite is to go back to the first or the second prompt and then click the edit button and make your edits here, instead of continuing going down this path, because it may lead to worse results. As you can see, this is a little bit better. This is what I was thinking about. Beautiful castle with chaos and destruction. If this was in the beginning scene of your video game, I would be pretty captivated. But it's not only video games and advertising and animation. You can also use it for education. Like for example, make an infographic on the process of photosynthesis, click on send, and this is how it looks like. Now, I would warn here that many times it doesn't actually say the correct words and stuff like that, but it's such a good baseline for you to have in a presentation. You can also go into Photoshop and reword this to fit your presentation or what you're educating about. But you might be wondering, like it says glucose right here and oxygen. So is DALL-E-3 good at text? Let's prompt it, make an image of the text donut with a white background. As you can see, it actually creates words with a fairly decent success rate. You may have to do this technique of making a new image to really get it to work. For example, here is spelling is wrong. So let me show you another example of the word beans. As you can see, the first one nailed it. And the second one, it said beanis. Sons beanis? Yep. This is not what I'm looking for, but you can also create full websites and UI and UX design here. Let's make a UI UX design of a website about sunglasses, and Bob is your uncle. I think your uncle definitely wears sunglasses like this. Now let's go into some advanced new features. ChatGPT recently gave us this edit image option where if you click on select, you can now draw on this image and change whatever you want. So for example, if I paint over this side here and I want to insert a big dragon, I'll just go down to the edit section, prompt it big flying dragon. And here you can see on the right side, they created a new image for us that has a big warped dragon that doesn't look that good. Let's try another. Let's go to this ring, for example, and then select the ring itself, and I'm actually going to select a little bit more up because I'll prompt it cute dog. Here is the new image, and there we have a cute dog in it. Let's continue by doing this. Select the butterfly here and the butterfly over here and prompt it candy with wings. I don't know what it created here, but yep, that's candy with wings for sure. But you might be wondering, what is my favorite use case that I use it for pretty much every week? Well, my absolute favorite thing to do is to create Notion covers. As you can see, this is my Notion, and I love to change these covers with pictures mixed of robots and Renaissance. As you can see, they will all populate here. This makes my Notion just so much more beautiful and interesting because look at this image. You can prompt it make a Renaissance image of a big bright robot surrounded by people in a museum. My favorite tip is to add the word bright. You see that the first iteration wasn't that great. The second iteration wasn't that great, but now this is the image that we got. Hey Elon, when are you building this? I highly encourage you to test out the mix between Renaissance and future tech. But you might be wondering, how can you get access to DALL-E for free? All you need to do is go to bing.com/create. This will get you to the Copilot Designer. And as you can see in the bottom here, this is powered by DALL-E-3. So you can create images for free like a redhead mermaid, and just like that, you got 3 iterations that are super high quality, completely for free with all my favorite prompting techniques, so you can create amazing images. So now you know how to use DALL-E-3. I hope I gave you some value and made it a little bit easier. If you appreciate this video, feel free to share it with a friend and keep watching my videos on my YouTube channel. I'll catch you in the next one.